always going to ask you, like, what do you do when an HR team comes to you and they're like, we absolutely want to explore this benefit, but like we have no support internally?
Yeah. I mean, it happens all the time, right? It's kind of what I mean though, about like, it's not necessarily always offering the reimbursement, right? The reimbursement is one component, and look, Google has a lot of money to be able to offer. I think it might be unlimited. I don't know exactly what it is for Google today, and that's an incredibly generous to put forth for your employees. But really, not every employer is set up to cover the cost of fertility treatment, and that's okay. But they come to us because they say, how else can I show my team members that it is something that I want them to feel comfortable pursuing? And so I can't really like stress enough, like the financial component is one component, but giving them access to the types of resources they need as they navigate these decisions is super critical. So with Maven, for example, in our family building program, it's, of course, we can guide them to the right clinics and places where they can go freeze their eggs or they can go through IVF. Like that's the clinical component, right? Of course, if the employer has a financial reimbursement that they are willing to provide to individuals going through this, we can administer that benefit. That's easy. But it's how do you care for the person going through these journeys in the first place, right? So one, my thought is there's a lot of anxiety being driven by companies in the industry, frankly. During the holidays, like I saw Instagram ads for Black Friday sales, for freezing your eggs, or for going through IVF. And that is scary to me because that makes it seem like that should be your first step in this journey. Your first step should not be, oh my God, there's a sale on IVF, I should go get IVF. Really, it should be, oh, I'm interested in starting a family. What is the best path for me to start a family, right? It is, if you're not ready to start a family now, you want to think about it, something you do in the future, like you should have an informed conversation with somebody about whether freezing your eggs is the right thing for you to do in the first place, whether you even need to do it, frankly, right now. And if you're ready to start a family now, like our focus is really helping you when it's possible. How do we help you achieve pregnancy in a way that's not going to be super expensive and that's not going to be incredibly invasive? Again, that's not a possible path for everybody, but if it is, we should really be thinking and caring for you holistically rather than just like driving you to the treatment, right? Because then it like undermines the whole experience itself. And you talk to anybody that's frozen their eggs, or you talk to anybody that got through IVF, it is incredibly, incredibly emotionally and mentally taxing, even if everything is going right. And that's the thing, is like, these journeys are not ones where they're free from setbacks, right? There's a lot of ups and downs in these journeys. And even if every single thing goes right, it's a lot. It's a lot for an individual to think about and feel.
I mean, like I left the appointment I went to literally overwhelmed. Like I went home and I sat down and I was like, I don't even know where to start. Like, is this the right thing to do? And I have to go to this doctor and that doctor and I have to ask this person and that person, not to mention like family building is like also deeply personal to the person. And so I just think there's so much at stake here and so much support that can be given to women in the workplace to really help us navigate this. Cause I felt overwhelmed. I'm like, I understand our benefits. Like I know the ins and outs of everything we offer. What's a deductible? What gets covered? I know all these things, but like the average employee doesn't.
Yeah.
And so it's like, how do we help them there?